1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000. Quicker. Wonder where they got that ladder from. I wonder. Wonder where they got that ladder from. I'm standing by. Okay. Cowboy. Wow. They used to have profanity over here. I got to be careful. Well, there's definitely an encampment out here, and a cleanup is scheduled to happen right now. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. This is the Oxnard, basically where Oxnard runs into the 405 freeway, 15,300 block. It is a large encampment, and it is called actually the biggest encampment in the San Fernando Valley. Now, we're no stranger to this spot because we've actually seen it being populated, unpopulated, repopulated many, many times. This is not the first time they've cleaned it out, but this time they're saying that this is going to be the last time. And we just watched as a bunch of folks walked up to that gate right there. You can see them with the gray hoodies and stuff. Now, I think that those people are actually part of the city or are counselors that are basically here to talk to some of those homeless folks. They do have the gate. They actually just locked those gates, but LAPD, they're out here as well. You can see they've actually closed off the roadway. You can see some of the officers right there. They're waiting for the sanitation trucks to show up, and they are definitely going to clean this out. Now, there's also protests planned for, basically saying that the homeless people belong here and they're allowed here, and what we're doing is inhumane. They have yet to show up, and also, like I said, the actual cleanup folks have yet to show up. The first that we've actually seen is these four gentlemen that are walking up there, and as soon as they walked up, they actually closed that gate and actually put something in front of it. So we're here, we're going to watch it, see what happens, but the plan is for the city to clean this area out, and all those folks that are in there, Mayor Bass says they have spots for them. They have housing for them that is safe and ready, but they have to choose to take it. And that is basically what the issue is right now, having these people make that decision. But until then, the plan is to clean this entire area out once again and turn that back into an empty lot. They've got a lot of work ahead of them, and hopefully it will not be too much of a problem. I'm Stu up in Skyfox. Back to you all in the studio. You know, this is very close to Van Nuys Airport, and we fly this every day practically. And there you can see there's a towing company next door. And originally, this portion of this lot right here, which is basically, like you said, fenced, and it is butted up against the freeway. This was a spot where they had towed vehicles or stored vehicles at one time. Those vehicles were cleared out, and then after that, that's when we started seeing homeless move in here. And I'm not talking like within the last couple of weeks or anything. This is has been going on for years out here, since before COVID. And you can actually see that this is a well-established area. I would almost call it a shanty town. That's how, and they actually have showers, or they had more. Now they just have one out front. But at one point, they actually had showers and bathrooms lined up in this area out here. Now, you are correct, Bobby. They are talking about activists that they're basically demanding the city not mess with them. Maybe some of these folks up here in the front are some of those folks. But right now, I know LAPD making an effort not to have them interfere. That's the reason why they've got the crime tape up and a number of officers. And like I said, we're waiting for the city sanitation to show up, and then we'll see what really starts to transpire out here. Yeah, middle of the road, right? I didn't. I thought that these are all the homeless, but maybe they're not. Yeah, or the or part of that group that's protesting. Oh yeah, they're starting to barricade the fence. That's gonna, please. Oh, why do they gotta make everything difficult? What's going on here? Yeah, these are definitely city guys. That guy's got city logos on his shirt. Inside safe, yes. That I could, Freddie. I knew that. Anyway, I was, my mind was looking for that word and I could not find it. Thank you. I'm gonna mute my mic. Is that a kite? Is Charlie Brown living down there? Inside safe. I could not think of that name. I actually pulled my phone open and I was like scrolling through it before we went live. Inside safe. That's the name of it. No, they're the city, the relocating people. That's Mayor Bass's people. Yeah, their list of demands, like it really, they want, written citations for each individual and blah blah blah. Basically, it's just stall tactics. Look, they have a welcoming table. Did they lower it or didn't they lower it? Well, I mean, my move is not really affected by that, but it could be affected by that. That's the reason why I'm just like, right, but that's, hang on. Do you know anybody that might have like a, not for me, but for a good kid, like a just simple AB car, you know? And it doesn't, I'm not looking for free, but not $5,000. I'm just like, all right, I don't see any city, anything showing up. Yeah, I'm sure it is. I have a feeling it's like we're going to get fuel, and then it's going to be like, oh, hey, they think it's starting. Okay. Are they doing something? On the freeway? Because I saw the traffic and I thought that's kind of odd. What was it, a little brusher? Little brusher? Hey Freddie, if we got stuff we could talk about for traffic for the next one. The final frontier. What? Yeah, we can do a traffic hit. We're right up against the 405. It's not an issue. What the? Oh, because the possibility of conflict. All right. What's this? Who's this guy? You think it's just coincidence? His Benz broke down right there? The egg sandwich guy just showed up. That's who that guy is. He's distributing egg sandwiches. Looking kind of yeller. Yeah, I'm trying to grab a white balance. It says that's right. I'm saying you're wrong. Let me try this. Yeah? I don't know, man. I think that's more correct. VW Bug with a little roof rack. It's funny that that's the, I'm gonna mute my mic. Imagine that. Carmen. Disgust. Bad. Oh, might be coming to us. Can I look south? After Maria, we're going to do some traffic. Nice. Yeah. Hey, Maria, good morning. No, Thursday. It's Thursday. It's our favorite day of the week. Every day I get reminded all the time now. It's you and Maria's favorite day. Let's take a look at that 405 drive. Now, this is not the usual slowing. We are just, Skybox is just a pawn in Van Nuys's airspace. They just moved us out of the way for some other activity. But that slowing is actually because of a small brush fire. The LA City Fire Department out there, it's right before Burbank Boulevard on one of the turns. Let's see, maybe we can kind of sort of see it. But at any rate, the fire is out, but they are still taking away one lane. So that's part of the reason why you're seeing all that extra slowing this morning on the southbound 405. Just don't look at it. Just keep it moving. But right now, give yourself extra time because that fire truck's still going to be there to make sure that does not spring back up. Northbound lanes, fantastic. Sending it back to y'all in the studio. All right, we got one city truck there. One sanitation truck showed up. You're going to need a bigger truck, buddy. This guy showed up with his pickup truck saying, yeah, I'm here to do the cleanup. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I got to go back to the yard. These guys have got to have been warned. You know what I mean? It isn't like they just showed up, like, they haven't told them. Yeah. And I understand, it's like, oh, I'm trying to do my part. I'm a civil rights warrior or whatever their idea is, but how are you condoning people living in squalor? And yeah. I mean, if there would be the possibility of an actual conversation, I would love to have a conversation with those folks. You know what I mean? Not yelling, not insulting. It's just, what is your mindset that you're going to say no? These people need to stay here. I like that 818 shirt. Yeah, those guys. What is that? Wake turbulence from 4? It's like, it's safe enough for everybody else to be living in here, but I'm going to wear a mask just to get on this side of the fence. Well, but it's like, Yeah, I'm locking this up. Look, I got all these locks. We're locking this up. Yeah, I don't. The gun. Oh, look, the inside safe guys got in. Is that called Jacob? Yeah, it is. It's called Jacob. And here comes that crazy sun again. Here comes the sun again. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, I was going to check in on our chat group. What are we chatting about today, guys? You'd think I'd have that page marked. Oh, did we lose the IFB? Do we care? I think we have to care. Skyvox, TOC, I'd love to have some IFB just in case. Well, we got a couple more people today. Guys and gals, I'm just checking in with you. Got a lot of high stews. Weather report from Florida. Skybox. I mean, we might be in a commercial too. IFB when you can. IFB when you can. It's not super important right now, but you know that could have changed quickly. What are the yellow vans? Those are going to be city sanitation workers. And I venture to say that the big trash trucks and also front loaders will be showing up. Yes, thank you. I got the IFB back. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, Freddie. Okay. So they want this then. We're not talking traffic. They want something from this, right? Okay. And I will give them as much of this as long as I can, but when they throw to me for traffic, I'm going to traffic. I'm not being mean. I'm just letting everybody know so then you're not shocked when it happens. Pardon me? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's when we do traffic, I'm going to go to traffic. I'll stay on the encampment until I have to do traffic. As soon as I'm done with traffic, I'll go back to the encampment. We'll do the 101 on the next one, especially because CBS is now in the mix. Somebody's asking about how, I guess, how long this encampment has been here. It's been here for, this is not the first time they've cleaned it out. That's all I got to say. It's been here for a long time. I hear Maria. Yep. As soon as I hear Maria come, I got to move it back over. But I'm trying to please us and them, Carla. I have them on my ear too. Do not enter. Copy. Send it by. Here we go. Well, we're keeping an eye on the homeless situation. I can tell you some of the sanitation workers definitely have showed up, but they are not moving into the encampment as of yet. And Inside Safe, that is the group from LA City that I couldn't think of earlier on. They've got a couple of their people out there too, talking to some of those people that are living in the encampment. So we're going to keep an eye on that for sure. But in the meantime, let's talk a little 405 drive because it's right here. Now that's going to be the southbound this morning. You're on the brakes from about Sherman Way. We did have a little bit of a problem a little bit to the south over there. There was a fire, but the LA City Fire Department has departed the area. So all lanes are now open, but you can see that backup still remains up here. So this morning, if this is your drive, just give yourself a little extra time because it is going to be a little extra thick this morning. You're on the brakes from about Sherman Way, slow and go, all the way to Sunset. Northbound lanes, wide open and moving well. Sending it back to y'all in the studio. Thank you. Yeah, always does. I got my tap dancing shoes on. Top of 7. We got like 2 or 3 more traffic hits. Or do you want us to go and come back? Copy. Pardon me? Yeah, this is the everybody's here. Got the ACA birds. Got Rich in the back seat of that one. Not sure who's in the back seat of the NBC ship. Where's Marcel? There's Marcel. Let's see if we can actually see Marcel. Oh yeah, you can actually see him. Is that Marcel? That might not be Marcel. That's not even right. My goodness. That's Gabe. That's Gabe. Yeah, for sponsored. What portion of the 101? Can we look through the west so we don't have to deal with the sun? Thanks. Live in Venice. Percent to the media. That's crazy. That's sad. What? They were shot by their own with their own gun? Oh. We had over 200. Now we're down to 196. Yeah, like watching us in the morning. Yeah, they're just like, we're out. Everybody saw Gabe, so they're switching over. They're watching Gabe's personal feed. Somebody's asking why they don't provide social services for the homeless, and I'm just like, you believe me. Which, again, it's just the simple portion of that is, if I was a developer and I wanted to build an apartment in the Palisades, I would not have been allowed to, period. But now the city can do it. That's the problem. Yep, way overreach. And you know somebody's making money on all of that. That's all, Right, true. And who voted to say that's the bill we want? I didn't see that on a ballot. Yeah, it's called Palmdale. Oxnard. Barstow. Yeah. Yeah, it's not that tough. It's just be fair. That's it. It's not that tough. Yeah, stop thinking about how to line your own pocket and just be fair. I wonder how much Newsom's going to make off that deal. You guys weren't expecting that this morning, were you? Morgan and Morgan. Hey, good morning, Maria. Good morning, everybody. This traffic got brought to us by Morgan and Morgan. We moved over to the 101, taking a look at that, and it is moving along. Now, that is technically southbound, but you know what? They are facing east. Very sunny this morning. Wondering if you're doing that eastbound drive on any of the freeways, bring your sunglasses because it is bright like your future. Is it moving? Yeah, a little slower than usual out here as you're making your way over to the 405. Give yourself a little extra time. If northbound's your ride, yeah, it's a little slow before the 405. Once you pass it, take a look at that. It looks like a fantastic drive all the way out to Calabasas. Let's take a look at some other traffic hotspots, shall we? Refer to people. Yeah, everybody's here. Well, everybody. The other 3 helicopters. I remember when this was a Levitt's. Love it at Levitt's. I bought a sofa from them that, there you go. I paid, it was one of those, was the, the showroom one, and they put it in that little, sale area. And it was a sectional, good size sectional. I paid $300 for it. And it was when I bought the house up in Palmdale. I had loaded it up in my Tahoe and brought it home. That was there for years. And hang on, I know everybody listening is like, Stu, tell us more about your history. Hang on, I'm all confused. That's the Costco. So where's the Fat Burger? There's the Fat Burger. Yeah, that's the Fat Burger, and a very young 17-year-old Stu, and his Honda Interceptor. Might have been a little inebriated, 2 o'clock in the morning. Went to park the motorcycle out front, and I'm like, you put the kickstand down and you kind of lean it over, and I forgot to put the kickstand down, and I wound up dropping it on my leg. And it was funny because I remember I'm going to keep my leg here so I don't scuff up my fairings. How I made it to adulthood. Well, age at least. All right. Does that truck have a sanitation thing on it? Does it say sanitation? Right. Park Rangers? Park Rangers. What are the Park Rangers doing here? Yep, that's what it is. Supervisor. All right, this is what we're gonna do. I'm open for ideas. You guys got something? Are we going to this thing? Oh, isn't? Oh, it's Norwalk. I thought it would be over here. Somebody's asking where the police is. The police are down there. You can't really see them right now. It's nothing really to see, but they are down there behind that, basically behind the wall, behind that building. I don't know why park rangers. Yeah, I was going to say, is this a park? Maybe this is parkland. I think another media truck is showing up. Yeah, the ground crew's got this. Yeah, there's the law enforcement. That's the inside safe people. What are those? Marshals? I don't know. Maybe that's the Rangers. I don't know if we have time to get there. We'd have to go right now. You know what? I think what I'm going to do is a little of both. I'm going to do we're keeping an eye on the homeless, the encampment, blah, 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 blah. Can I see enough freeway here? Oh, you know what? I'll go to the south and I'll do the pass. So we can stay here. Up, here they come. Yep. Maria, we're doing a little double duty. Sorry about that, but we're taking a look at that encampment. The sanitation workers definitely showing up, and then you've got the inside safe group. That is the group that you see right there. So they're going to try to work with those people that are in that encampment, but sanitation definitely showing up. Let's do a little bit of traffic before I toss it back to you. We've been on that 405 all morning. From where we are, let's take a peek at that Sepulveda Pass. It's actually moving. You can see it right there. You got some brake lights. Why are you stopping while you're going uphill? I never understood that. But at any rate, give yourself that a little bit of extra time. It has nothing to do with what's going on at that homeless encampment, but just a little extra this morning on this Thursday on that 405. You're on the brakes from about Sherman Way all the way down to Sunset. Of course, those headlights northbound, that's wide open and moving well. Send it back to you in the studio. I agree. These should have been the first guys here. I wonder if that's an electric cat. Probably not. It's got the rubber. It's got the rubber tread. It might be the electric cat. That looks like an electric assist pallet mover. No, it's not. It's like a hover around or something. One of those. Yeah, I was gonna say, why aren't you guys packing up your tents and moving on? Bow, 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 bow. Mike, so I've been in the back seat for more than a minute. I've been in the back seat for more than a minute. I don't even remember when. I wish I was Stewie from Family Guy. You do not remember when the 405 was a two-lane freeway. I don't even remember when the 405 was a two-lane freeway. And yes, that is the cleanup crew, or part of it. I would venture to say they're going to need more. Yeah, that thing is going to fill up real quick. And from what I've seen in the past, they actually bring like the regular trash trucks, like the old school trash truck. And then they just compact it, fill it up, and then next one moves in. Going back to Cali. See, I think these are the smarter ones. Yeah, I'm out of here. Let me grab my crap and I'm just gonna go. And I'll come back later tonight when nobody's here. That's probably what's gonna happen. That's what always happens. Yes, sir. Thank you. Oh, Jonathan. Yep, got to put out your cones. Yep, get those cones out. Yep, well, you know his supervisor's going to be here. That might be her right there. Yep, here they are. We're going to be here all day. We got to bring our own bathroom. Oh, hey, Carly, have a great day, too. See you tomorrow. Or hear you tomorrow. Yeah, that's another sanitation vehicle. I'm pretty sure. Public Works and sanitation. Recreation and Parks is what's on his door. Wasn't that a comedy show, Parks and Recreation? Yeah. Hey, good morning, Bill. Okay, poor Samada. Make sure you tell her it wasn't my decision to make her work more. All right. Yeah, Samada's always bailing me out. I wish I knew the name of the group that is like basically saying, no, we're not, heck no, we won't go. Wonder when that's going to go up for sale at an auction. Summerween. I should have asked Freddie if he knew the name of the group that's defending the homeless. We will see, Emily, we will see. Bobby, this is actually the largest homeless encampment in the San Fernando Valley, and it is very well known to any of the city workers that are out here. This is going to be off of Oxnard, between Oxnard. It's actually on Oxnard between Sepulveda and the 405. You can see that portion of that large encampment right there, and that's actually a huge fenced-in yard. Now, this isn't the first time that the city has come out here and cleaned this area out. This is probably about the third time in recent memory for me that we've actually seen this happening. Now, there's a conglomerate of city workers down there. You've got the Parks and Rec. That's going to be this yellow truck right there. You also have some park services down there, and then you have LAPD as well, and then, of course, you have the sanitation department going to be out here as well. Now, this was all supposed to start right about 6 a.m. Well, it's coming up on 7 right now. City workers, they're getting here when they get here. But what's really important is this group right here. Now, that's going to be Inside Safe. That's that group that actually works with the homeless and gives them opportunities for, a hotel room, is some kind of serious housing where they can get help and actually try to get them back on their feet and become productive parts of society again. This large group has been out here. Now, I don't know exactly what the politics is between what's going on from this side of the fence to that side of the fence, but we have seen some of those Inside Safe people actually just walking up to the fence, being allowed in, and then allowed walking through here. They made an assessment. We've actually seen some of the homeless grabbing some of their stuff, making their way out. But what is also is a group inside that fence, and they're basically there defending the rights of the homeless. You can see that woman with a bullhorn right there. I'm not sure exactly what she's saying. I can imagine that she's basically saying you're not allowed in here. We don't want you in here. But I have a feeling this is going to happen this morning, or it's any time now. They're going to make their way in there, and they're going to start clearing this out. But again, this all happening in the Van Nuys area. Got the homeless folks, and they're trying to clean this out and get those folks that are here into safer housing. I'm Stu up in Skyvox. Back to y'all in the studio. Yep. Yeah, welcome. Who's paying for the hotels? That would be the LA City. Come on, what kind of question is that? Are you a local? This is probably these people. Steve, what is it? Steve 3323. Anyways, yeah. I don't know if you're local, but yeah, who's paying for those hotels? The city. We got plenty of money for that. Trust me. But potholes? No, we're not going to fix the roads. And this is the other part of it too. I mean, it's a no-brainer. These people, they know that there's services available for them. They know that they can, they just don't want to. That's what it's all about. These are folks that, for whatever reason, mental health and or drug abuse and or whatever, they're choosing to live in these types of situations. They're choosing to live here. And they don't want to be in any kind of structured situation, as it would be. That's probably the more polite way of saying it. But, yeah, They make their own rules. I do what I want. Yep, the hazmat suits are on, and they're going to start cleaning up. I'll wait to hit up Bill to figure out what we're going to do for 30. Because that's pretty much going to be our next one. Send them all to Canada. Huh? Canada's too cold, man. Come on. Hey. There they go. Last time I drove one of those was Palmdale when we were putting the pool in. They let me do some of the digging. It was a lot of fun. We used to race those when I worked at the rental yards when they were like new back then. That was like the newest thing. I wonder if she's going to talk about in that book about what she was addicted to. You think? You think it's going to come out? I don't know, man. I'm serious. I think I just saw a rodent run. Something like run. I was going to say either that or was just a shadow, but I definitely saw something over in here. I haven't seen anything get scooped and dumped yet. He's just moving stuff around. Now we got two of them. Comes another dump truck. Like a real trash truck? Oh, yeah. He's got to have a backup camera. Somebody said they saw the road too. I saw something. I would agree with like so. This area right here clearly belongs to somebody. Now, maybe it got, maybe they didn't pay their taxes. Who knows what, how or what. But back in the day, that used to be a spot where they had cars. There was a bunch of cars in there. And then all of a sudden they moved the cars out, and then slowly the homeless started taking it over. So clearly, if that belonged to somebody, the city probably would have leaned on them a long time ago, said, you need to clean this up. So I'm not sure what transpired there, but you are correct with the belief that they are allowed to camp there. They are not allowed to camp there. And actually, they've been changing the laws out here, which is interesting also, because we could get into a whole talking point about that, about how there used to be all these laws where you could not camp, do not camp, cannot urinate or defecate on a sidewalk. And then all of a sudden, probably about 8 years ago, here in California, all of a sudden you could live on the sidewalk and you could defecate on the sidewalk. And they changed all these laws. I won't even get into any of that. But at any rate, they are changing them back, and that is already starting to happen. So that might be one of the reasons also why they can just kind of show up and clear these people out, because you're not allowed to camp on, city streets. You cannot camp on common areas, public areas. And that would be the question about, is this private property? Is this not private property? I have no idea. I'm sure it belonged to somebody at one time. Does the city control it now? I don't know. Somebody's got to look that up. But at any rate, clearly, I am sure that as far as the legitimacy of them coming out here and cleaning this up, they have checked everything, crossed their T's, dotted their I's. No, the city isn't going to do anything that's going to create any problems for them. So at any rate, you can see the cleanup officially starting out there. They got their little hazmat suits on, and I don't know. I don't know why they're picking through the stuff before they just scoop it up and throw it in the trash. Maybe they're looking for hazardous waste, or possibly, heaven forbid, something like more nefarious, like you don't want to have a body in there or something. So that might be what's going on. But the Bobcats, little front loaders, are here. You got some dump trucks here, and of course you got the actual trash truck, which this is what we've seen so many times. It's like they just literally come up, start loading these things up, and they just clear this place out. But yeah, it is starting. LAPD's here as well. We haven't seen any real confrontation, but I venture to say when they start coming through that fence, that's when things are going to change up a little bit. I don't know. Time's on these guys' side, so they're going to clean up what they got to clean up. When they're done here, the next stop is going to be making their way inside that encampment area. Lithium batteries. Oh my God! Somebody was talking about what could be down there, like lice and etc. Yeah, definitely. There's no doubt about it. Sorting the types of trash. That's and I believe you. That makes sense. It makes sense. It fits. Believe me. I sit there every time I go out to the trash. I'm like, is this recyclable? Which can does this go in? And then they made some law out here where you have to put food in with the green. Remember that? And I was like, I think I might have done that a couple of times. And then the other side of that coin is a lot of times, and we see it, you see it, people videotape it. It's like the recycling trucks wind up at the dump, you know, so I don't know. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. That's what I know. And no good deed goes unpunished. Words to live by. Are you kidding me? My cats judge me all the time. They were judging me this morning. Man, my cats like jazz. Yeah, so David's basically backing up what I was saying about the recycling, not making it to like recycling anymore. Yeah? Right. And you know, it wouldn't be a problem, and like I wouldn't really care, but they hassle people. That's what I care about. It's like you guys are hassling us and fining people, but you're just taking it to the dump anyway. It just goes right back to just be fair. I believe it. Yeah. I'd be like, stop looking in my recyclables, and you won't find anything. Bill, I need an adult. We're coming up on traffic. What would you like us to do? Oh, they found my shopping cart. Hey, Freddie. Okay, so we are going to LAX, correct? Okay, LAX. And you know what? You know how I feel about it, but I'd rather be there than here. I kind of am curious about what's going to happen when they actually bust through the gate, but other than that, I have no interest. I know. I'm selfish, cold-hearted. I'm just a terrible person. Boo, 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 boo. I find it interesting that they use a peacock for their logo. Pretty to look at, but when it opens up its mouth, it's just peacocks. You do, right? No, that's not cool. Not cool. Not cool. Ah, Freddie saved the day. We are heading to LAX, but we're going to have a freeway underneath us on our way down there. Yeah, for 7:30. And then whatever the emergency is, it'll be over, and it'll be nothing for us, and then we'll do sponsored, and we'll make our way back up here. Just for you. Pardon me? 25. What issue was it? Flap issue. Well, then they're doomed. No, they're not. Look at this guy. I wonder why there's traffic on the 405. Can't park there, buddy. Can't park there. Ugly feet, beautiful. Oh, okay. I was going to say, what are you talking about? My feet are sexy. He was talking about the peacock. Do you change your brake pads every time you get your Xanax filled? Is that for me? I haven't had my Xanax filled in a long time. Maybe that's my problem. Peacocks taste delicious. Albert's asking about the reservoirs. So on our flight down there, I got to kind of split my attention because we're probably going to do traffic. So I have a bunch of theories about the reservoirs. Lately, the reservoirs are full out here. If they start playing this game again about drought and this and that, you know, the issue is, I can tell you what I see is, you know, what is considered drought, you know, what is it, and then what do they do with that water? Because we have seen them empty reservoirs for some reason, like literally watch it go into the LA River and out to the ocean. So, yeah, I think a lot of that, again, let me put on my tinfoil hat. My opinions are my opinions. They do not reflect anybody else's opinions. I think a lot of it is man-made, you know, but as it stands right now, we've had plenty of rain. The reservoirs are all not overflowing, but they are full for sure. And I also have an issue with why we're not using all the reservoirs. We have a bunch of empty reservoirs all over. And I also think that if we would fill those reservoirs like we did in the 60s and the 70s, it would actually affect our climate out here because we'd have more water. And then if it gets hot, we'd have more humidity, which could create more rain. You know what? I'm just a guy in a helicopter, but it seems pretty logical to me. So, at any rate. Simple answer, Albert. Right now, we have water. What? Who's haying me? Oh, that was awesome. And when people say, "Oh, we live in a desert," that also is wrong, totally wrong. Everything here used to be marshland. They drained this area to build homes. A spoon of bloom. Skybox Simon Desk. Freddie, you out there? Because I'm, entertaining the masses while we're flying, I'm not really listening to the scanner. Is it on the ground yet? Have they said where it is on the rotation? Should we do traffic before we get to LAX? All these questions and more. For the drivers or for you? Did it land safely? Let me see if I can find it. I don't see any. Oh, yeah, there it is. There it is. There it is. Okay, so that's it right there. Delta. They love to fly, and it shows. Yes. Yes, it is. Okay. I want to try to get to the 10 in time, or? Yeah, I mean, how far out are we? Because, he's going to keep moving, and that crash truck is going to bail. Yeah, I think in 3 minutes he might be at a gate. All right. Is he going to be, you think he's going to make a turn and come back? Okay, so yeah, we can park somewhere over here and we just have him come back into the shot. Should I say he looks flappy? Yep, flaps are flapping. Oh, wait a minute, where's he going? Got another crash truck joining him with the American flag going. That must be fun. Okay, I'm in. I like it. All right. Pan Am. This guy's already done. He's like, I'm out of here. Freddie, what do we know about the plane? Do we know anything? Like where it was going? Did he turn around? Was he inbound? Okay. Okay, that's all I need. I'm good. Yes, sir. Came from Austin. Thank you. So he was inbound. Okay. Austin. We know he didn't come from the moon. There we go. Delta 946. I don't know why I'm going to remember that. I stand by Stu. Yeah, we had tragedy averted. There, you can see it right there. That Delta plane is actually inbound from Austin. That's the flight 946 from Austin, apparently on its approach to LAX. So it didn't turn around. It was actually coming here to begin with, but they had some sort of flap issues, and the flaps on an aircraft like that are basically used to slow the aircraft down and control altitude. So they had some problems with that. They made the emergency call. They landed at LAX safely. Right now, though, I think they still might be getting escorted by the crash units from LAX. They're just keeping an eye on it. It's making its way over to the gate. As we understand, nobody's been injured inside the aircraft. They landed out here safely. Those pilots did a fantastic job, and they did what they were supposed to do. They make the calls, and they get the crash trucks ready just in case. It's always about the safety. Right now, though, that aircraft making its way back to the gate, and again, tragedy averted. No issues on that landing, except they didn't have their flaps. Sending it back to you all in the studio. Bobby sending you some love. Back to work, everybody. Nothing to see here. Thank you, Jeff. 946. I got my Air Force Ones on. Where do we go now? That's why you had it. Sponsored. We'll do the 10 freeway, and then we'll make our way back over to Venice. Oh no, we had a. I forgot I didn't do my spotting Stu stuff. Crap. I think it's in Beverly Hills where I wanted to go. So we'll do our traffic, and then let me see if I can find this thing. Beverly Gardens Park. Let me see if I can do this. Park. Oh, got it. Wow. Getting personal. In the Navy. Do. 9439 Santa Monica Boulevard. Ciao. That's where we're going after. Freaky things. I like freaky things. I need to get back into some freaky things. I've been out of the freaky things for a while. Beverly Hills is fancy. Somebody said, Mike said something about, let's see what this thing can do. I was going to say, hold my beer. Yeah, I think this is like a new thing. I lost the question in there. You got to remember, I'm in a helicopter looking at my phone. Yeah, we're doing 6 to 8 pretty much daily, or until somebody cancels us. The finger. First when the song comes on. Start moving the finger. Ooh, what's that? Oh, it's a Porsche. Two dudes in a Porsche. Oh no. Yeah. He's moving too. Let me turn on let's turn on the thing. Let's see. He's not going that fast. Look, I'm going to get bougie here because I know that wasn't Fox, but the audio for this junket is horrible. Somebody needs their money back. What is the freakier part of Freakier Friday? I'm just curious. So is some unattainable mansions we couldn't possibly afford. I was going to say, for most people, anything in this picture is probably unaffordable. I stand by Stu. Hey, good morning. Thank you for that, by the way. This driving report brought to us by Jacoby and Myers, Injury Lawyers. Skybox, we kind of broke free, and we're actually taking a look at that 10 drive this morning. Mid-Cities is where we are. Now, I got to tell you guys something else. I'm talking about the 10, but I also going to talk about the 405. Now, the southbound 405 through the Spalding Pass, they have a big rig broken down in the middle lanes right before Skirball, so yeah, keep that in mind. It's adding to your drive. This is the 10 freeway we're showing you right here. We're in Mid-City. Super slow and go. You're on the brakes from about Arlington all the way out to the 405. Give yourself extra time for that one as well. Where do you get all this extra time? Eastbound lanes wide open and moving. If on that 10 freeway, if that's your drive, you got it made. Let's take a look at some other traffic hotspots. I think I got it all out. The justice you deserve. All right. Let me switch. Switch. There we go. somewhere over there, there's a park. And in that park, there are wooden elephants. Wooden elephants. What are we doing? Another one. What are you talking about? Name of something. At Fox 11, Los Angeles. That they are doing another one. What are we doing another one? What did I do wrong? Everyone needs to take the bus. Get on the bus, everybody. All right. Oh, look at the elephants. Oh, yeah. Oh. Let me start rolling. Start rolling a little early. We don't have any elephants in our zoo, but we got wooden elephants walking through the park. This is an art display that has been making its way across the United States. And I think this is the last stop. And it is pretty freaking cool. This was a tip. And I am actually kind of shocked that the little elephants are still there and nobody's tried to steal them. We say yes. No. No quote online. Yes. Actually, Bobby D texted me yesterday. Said this would be a good spotting still. I said, I Googled it, and I was like, yeah, it will. No. And there you got elephant butt. Back to you. Because she's a soup sandwich. I mean, why? Oh my God, there's more. There's a crap load more. Oh my gosh. There we go. This is the extras that you guys get when you watch us on the internet. Makes me kind of wish I was Tarzan. She doesn't know who she is. I didn't lie about anything. I don't know what you're talking about. Because she doesn't have an opinion. Well, I got to give it to Alec. At least he's being honest. That's the first time I'm actually like, I was like, wow, Alec. Yeah, I don't think she's going to run for president. Oh, here we go. I think we got more than enough here. We're at like 4 minutes. Yeah, over the hill, through the dales. To Van Nuys house we go. We probably will take a look at the cleanup one more time before we land. Am I like this every day? I don't know what that means. The Great Elephant Migration, featuring 100 life-size wooden elephants, sculptures currently on display in Beverly Gardens Park in Beverly Hills. Thank you. Somebody was asking where this is. If you didn't already read it, it's in Beverly Hills at the Beverly Hills Park. And if you're asking what we're looking at right now, that's Stone Canyon Reservoir. Oh, Matthew. Welcome to the hood. That is Beverly Hills Park right off of Santa Monica Boulevard. Can't miss it. Jeff says it's 3 blocks worth, and I believe him. What's he got there? Those are a lot of water filters. Our friend still hovering over the cleanup. Thank you, not Banksy. The West is the best. Juan looks very serious. LAPD's got a helicopter here? We have any information about that? I don't see it. Woo, look at the cleanup. Well, they haven't gotten into the gate yet. Yes, sir. Of course I can, Bill. Yeah, definitely. Oh, and you want me to do some aerials for backup for him before we go in? Yeah. No. We'll do it live. We'll do like the 405 for our traffic hit, and then we'll just reposition. Yeah. But then after that, we got to go in, for at least for fuel. There's the LAPD helicopter that everybody was talking about in the group. Everybody was talking about it. They haven't gotten through the gate. They've just cleaned up the street. It's very nice and clean. I'm being serious. That's not sarcasm. I'm waiting for Melissa to get on and say, Stu, after you land, we need you back for the top of the 8 or top of the 9 or whatever it is. But you got Mario. Yeah, you got Mario down there. I don't know. Now I can use my Beastie Boys line. Mario likes to keep it clean. I don't know. I'm being serious. I don't want to mess up Mario's hit, but can we see that big rig problem? Or did he move along? I think he might. Oh, he's off to the side. He's off to the side. $100 is $100. Jason, I have no idea what that means. And Mike doesn't seem to mind homeless or their problems. Well, I don't think it's like I have no issues telling you guys. I lived in a car for a while in my late teens, early 20s. But I got a job and I worked construction and I saved up my money and I rented a crap little house. made more money. First wife came out, got married, started having kids, bought a new house, actually bought it. And that's what you're supposed to do. That's America right there. America, land of opportunity. Thanks, Tom. What's going on over there? Good day. August, right here. I got you, August, right here. We already took care of all that logistics, Melissa. And yes, we will do that. And after that, we have to land for fuel. Hey, good morning, Lisa. Mario, yeah, I'm doing Mario support. All about it. We've been busy. Good day so far. I love you, Lisa. Oh, you will be shocked. Bill will be shocked and amazed. Hey, good morning, Maria. Good morning, everybody. I like that you guys are checking in on me. I'm okay. We're all good up here. I'm just playing. I did like that, though. We're taking a look at the 405 drive, and we are in, actually, technically, this is going to be the Encino area. Sometimes we call it Sherman Oaks. Now, that's going to be the southbound lanes, and that southbound drive has been tough all morning. Last day of the month, maybe that was the issue. They had a little bit of a brush fire. They took away a lane. That's been taken care of. Then they had a big rig breakdown in the Sepulveda Pass in the middle lanes. They got that off to the right, but boy, the drive still very slow and go. This morning you're on the brakes from about Sherman Way, and it is a slow drive over to Sunset. If it is your drive, definitely give yourself some extra time. Get out a little bit earlier. Northbound, forget about it. It's going to be a sweet drive all the way from the West LA area out to the 118 and beyond. Sending it back to y'all in the studio. That's us. Thank you. Gabriel, thank you. Are we clear? Clear? You know, we can wait. We can wait till Mario's done. Oh, here they go. Can we hang out just for a few more minutes? Hey, they're gonna cut they're cutting the locks. Here it comes. A couple more minutes. 10. I just got the official 10. All right. Man, that must be a tough lock. Two big dudes. Bang. Okay. He's like looking at the. Did they break it? They should just get one of the bobcats and a chain and just rip the whole thing down. My God, what are they doing? Okay. Yeah, they had it scheduled for 6 and it's 8 o'clock and they're doing something. Okay. With a bullhorn. Put your hands up. Definitely, we just saw these are actually park rangers that made their approach over here to the fence. They had a large bolt cutter and they started cutting the locks. They had several chains on there, so it wasn't just one lock that they had to cut. You can see the homeless folks and also those protesters that Mario was talking about just moments ago. They are also on that side of the fence. Now the rangers, they haven't really been met with any kind of problems. There's just that the gate was locked after they broke those locks. You can see it right there, just making their way in. But they've got backup. You can see it right there. That's going to be LAPD. They are here as well. Now there's a number of other agencies, being sanitation and also park and rec, are out here. Now some of these folks, you can see they've packed up their stuff. They are just ready to make their way out of here. Now are they going to be taking advantage of that Safe Inside program? Who knows? I can't really tell you. I do know that bus is here that Mario was talking about, but as far as them being offered, I'm sure every person inside that area has been offered and has been offered many times, and it will be again some kind of pathway back to getting a home and being taken care of. But right now you can see they're just starting to make their way in, and it doesn't seem like there's any kind of real resistance. They just locked the gate. Protesters are there basically talking about rights and what the homeless rights that they have. But as far as any kind of real problems, there aren't any at all. They're just making their way in. They're going to start letting some of those homeless folk out, and of course they have a lot of law enforcement here, but it looks right now seems to be very peaceful as the cleanup continues out here in Van Nuys. I'm Stu up in Skybox. Thank you. Copy out. The word was conflict, Stu. Conflict. Yeah, thank you. There they go. Mario can go interview him. They really did just walk away from all their stuff, you know? True. Well, guys and gals that are watching us on the internet, that is another exciting morning in the Los Angeles area. Sky Fox making their way back over to Van Nuys. I will keep the picture up all the way to the ground, and we'll be landing. I'm not sure if we're going to be going right back up or not, but you know what? I love the love. I like the numbers are coming up. I remember when it was double digits, literally double digits, and huge love to anybody that's joining us right now. And I try to keep up. If you guys are new here, which I'm sure some of you are, I try to keep up best I can, but sometimes I can read you guys. It's just this situation. So you can see that little postage stamp of a pad. That's where we're going to be landing. Look at that. Jeff is at the tiller, so you know it's going to be smooth in one move as we make our landing here at Van Nuys. And this is a helicopter spot. Yeah. We're elitists. No airplanes. None. Only helicopters. All right, kids. I'm going to knock it down. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. You can find me on IG, Stu_Mundel. Chat with you guys later. Sky Fox, TOC, on the ground, Van Nuys.